Hi, this is St. Charlestein from SC Studios LLC, and on this week's edition of Tutorial Tuesday, I am going to talk about leveling pitch trays. I use these large pitch trays to carry big pieces of metal for chasing and repoussé. And as you can see, this one is a little bit over 2 feet long. I've left it sitting on its side for a long time, and the pitch started to creep downwards and crack and um, move apart and become uneven. So to mount a piece of metal in there, you want it nice and smooth with no air bubbles underneath. There's a few different ways to do this. Some people like to use heat guns. I personally think it's a huge waste of time. The only time I use heat guns on pitch is to warm them if it's cold when I'm working, or if I need to work something really fast and get a little bit more malleability out of it. What I like to use are these big weed burner torches, something like this. These are available at welding supply stores or Home Depot or different hardware stores like that. And the key thing that you want to do with these is just use the heat of the flame, not the flame itself, to heat the pitch so you don't burn it. So I'm going to demonstrate that right now. So I like to just walk the flame over the pitch. Until it starts to get melted. You want to keep it moving, otherwise it will burn. And you could use a light flame like that, or you could turn it up and use a bigger flame, but you're going to have to keep the torch further away from. This whole video was about 8 minutes long, but I sped up the pitch melting process so you could watch the whole thing in around 5. And if it's really bad, like this one is, you can kind of take a stick. This could be metal or wood, doesn't really matter. Kind of move that into the crevices. Fill in the holes, kind of even it out a bit, try and work some of those lumps out. You really want to avoid bubbling it too much. Little tiny bits okay, but not too much. So right now that looks pretty good. I've still got a couple little bubbles that are working themselves out of there. We kind of agitate it just slightly. I would let this cool down and create a nice even surface. Let some of the heat dissipate off it, and then I would heat it up one more time to mount my piece in there. I think that's about it for this week's edition of Tutorial Tuesday. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, comments, or things you would like me to talk about in the future, please let me know. Have a nice day.